today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Mumbai. In Mumbai, I'm in Bandra. And in Bandra, I'm in Pali Hill, the bastion of the biggest Bollywood celebrities. Our tenant today is an NRI who decided to come back to India. Why did he do that? What works and what doesn't? Let's meet him.
Hey Vishal, welcome home.
Hi Robert, good to see you.
Good to see you too. How are you?
Very well. Okay. So this is it.
This is it. This is my humble, colorful home.
Humble, colorful home. Okay. So how humble is this home in terms of size? How big is it?
I think the size is about 990 square feet.
Okay.
It's a rental property, right? So it's one of the old school homes. That's why the space is large. But if I compare to the other homes, the newer homes in Bombay, I think they'll be much smaller for 2-bedroom. Okay. So this is a bit larger because I think it's 40-50-year-old building.
Okay.
And the property.
So what is it that gets NRI back to India? Why are you back to India?
For me, it was a couple of different factors, right? One was I left India when I was 17. So when I left initially, I knew that I will be coming back eventually at some point in time. And then the second factor is family. Parents, extended families that we miss in the US and Canada because that's where I lived about 26 years. And then Bombay specifically, why am I back? Why did I choose Bombay? It's because I've lived in some of the largest cities in the world, Toronto, New York, Chicago, Bangalore, and there could be no other city where I can find myself settling down if it's not a big city, because we like the hustle and bustle. So all of those things put together, coming back to India, I call it like a ghar wapsi. For me, it's coming back home. That's the important thing.
So basically, how many years were you outside India?
So about 25 years. Okay. 25 years.
20.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said why Mumbai? Why Bandra?
Why
Pali Hill?
That's a good question. So when we landed, we looked at properties in a couple of different areas. We looked at BKC East, Bandra East, Khar, Santa Cruz, Juhu, Parel, and then Bandra. And the one thing that stood out to me when I landed in just Bandra area, and more specifically in Pali Hill, it just made me feel like I'm home, because the vibe, the greenery, and the first emotional reaction which I had was, I'm not in Bombay. I'm somewhere outside of Bombay, and that's what I felt. And it's not about, I'm not a big celebrity guy. It's not about celebrities, but it's about the area which I am. So when I come back from office, it should feel like I'm coming back home.
Okay, so what part of this apartment gets used the most? You said 990 square feet, which part?
This is the part, living room.
Okay.
This is what gets most utilized in the house.
Okay.
For TV, for dinner, for lunches, for breakfasts. Whenever we have people over, we have a bar, a small bar there, and a bench, so we chill and enjoy here. So this is the part.
This is the part.
This is the part.
So this is the part where you spend most of your time.
Most of the time, yes.
Okay. How much time do you spend soaking up these views?
Oh, that's
The
why we
green
like.
views?
One of the reasons why we like this home was this ledge, which when we go inside the house in the other bedrooms, you will see that this ledge is a common thing.
Okay.
We use it for sitting. My wife Vaishali, she will come here and have a morning coffee.
Okay.
When I'm getting dressed in the morning, we'll just sit here and have a cup of coffee as well.
In your view at this point, now after you've come back to Mumbai, has Mumbai changed a lot?
The only difference I see in Mumbai is the infrastructure development, and for me that's a good sign. That's a positive spin, because we need more connectivity, we need more roads and metros, connectors, the bridges, etc. Yes, in the short run, people are inconvenienced, like myself as well. We get stuck in traffic. हर जगह बॉम्बे में खुदाई हुई है, रास्ते खुदे हुए हैं. I mean, that's an inconvenience. But this is the largest city, population-wise, financial capital. People will have to compromise on few things.
And your workplace, is it far?
BKC. So it's close. It's with traffic in the morning because I leave for office early, so I don't hit too much traffic, so I'm there by in 20-25 minutes. By the time I come back, it's late, so again I get lucky and it's about 20-25 minutes as well.
And how do you commute? Have you learned to drive on the chaotic streets of Mumbai?
I always knew driving, but in Mumbai we haven't bought a car, and I'm not interested in buying a car. I like the public transport. I like my autos. I like my Ubers and Olas, and I have fixed a driver, a car, a cool cab to pick me up every day to drop me back home. I pay him a fixed rate, and that's the most convenient thing for me. And on weekends when me and my wife step out, Uber Autos Zindabad.
Okay, this is the living room. Up next will be what
kitchen.
part? Okay.
The smallest room in the house.
Okay.
This is our small kitchen. Me and my wife, we don't like cooking. Okay. So our families hate it because they think it's a small fridge. You need a larger fridge. We said, no, we are okay with the small size fridge and a small size kitchen.
Okay. Up ahead will be what?
Up ahead will be my guest bedroom, but before that, this is one of our passions. This is not self-painted. Whenever we travel, we try to buy local art, by the local street artists there. So this is all of the countries, cities where we have visited. Not too many, unfortunately, but hopefully the list grows.
Nice.
This is a small corridor. Okay. On the left there is a guest washroom. Respectable size, small, cute, does the job.
So this apartment came pretty much unfurnished, or
no? So the bedrooms were completely, whatever you see the furniture, that was always there. We never added anything. The living room and the white goods were the only things that we had to procure and settle in. That's it.
Okay, this will be your
guest bedroom.
Okay. So tell me, since you have seen both sides of the aisle in a way, has the perception of India changed in countries like the US and Canada in the last decade, 15-20 years?
So perception of India was always, since I left, India was always a good perception. Yes, there has been movements up and down. Positive movements in the last, I would say 10 years, more positive movements in the last 10 years because the strategy of the country, the growth story, the young crowd, the young population, the abundance of talented labor pool that has been there from the past, but it's now becoming more prevalent. And the CEOs and the CXOs in the US and Canada, they are not just looking at India as a labor workforce anymore. They're looking at an technology innovator hub. So basically lots of things are getting innovated. We have the largest amounts of patents in the world. We have about 100 startups which are coming up daily in India. So that eco space was never there. Now in the last 10 years it has built up.
So what's been the biggest difference?
The biggest difference is in the aspect of digitization. Nowhere in the world we have this kind of finance digitization. What I mean by that is the UPI transactions. You can choose not to have any cash, and you can be able to survive the entire day, week or month in India. An example, right? So when I was going to my office one day, a beggar came to me at one of the signals in Bandra and she asked for money. I said, I have no chutta. That's our usual Indian reply. And then she immediately came up, oh, UPI kar dijiye dada. And I was taken aback. I was like, wow. That was embarrassing for me, but it just shows that India has come ahead a lot.
So basically, beggars in Bandra also are tech savvy.
Extremely.
Oh, regarding this room.
Okay. So this is our guest bedroom.
Does it get used a lot? Do you have a lot of guests?
Family, parents, sometimes friends. But other than that, not too much.
Was it easy to adjust to Mumbai?
So this is a good question, right? So what I tell people when they ask me this question is, I tell them one simple fact that I don't have any expectations. I let it take me in. And one of the things that I keep saying is, I have to accept Bombay the way it is. Otherwise, I'm going to be miserable, I'll drown, and I will always be restless. So I have to let just Bombay soak in Bombay and let Bombay take care of me. To answer your question in short, I love Bombay. It has accepted me, I would say, rather than me accepting Bombay. Bombay has accepted me.
Well put. Okay, up next will be
The master bedroom.
Okay. Generally, old apartments have big bedrooms.
And yes, and that's what you will see right now.
Okay.
It is big. After you.
Okay, this is big.
This is large. Yes.
Okay, this is like the living room of many new apartments.
Yes, it is. And that's what I was saying, right? Like in the newer buildings that we saw, the 2 bedrooms was merely 700, 800 square feet. The windows completely open up. You can sit on that ledge. And my favorite season in India, especially in Bombay, is the monsoons. When the monsoons hit, it's sexy.
But then, doesn't monsoon flood the area?
Flooding, definitely. I have been stuck once or twice, but as I said,
Except Mumbai.
there is no other choice.
Just let it go.
There's no other choice. You have to accept it as it is. So this is the bedroom. The furniture, as you were asking me in the other room, came with. Behind this door is our master washroom. Again, respectable size, good enough for us.
It's a good size. And this is the view you get from here.
This is the view.
So
again,
greenery
it's a
plus greenery.
concrete view, but it still has greenery. Lots of constructions coming up. Lots of facade being renovated or painted or whatnot. But the greener is the nice aspect of this. There is my wife, Vaishali.
Hi.
Busy at work.
Okay, hi.
Vishal.
Hi.
So I'm not disturbing her. She has her work. I'm going to let her continue with her work.
So, okay, so basically she's done all the heavy lifting regarding this apartment.
Everything. Furniture in the living room, finding the home, settling us in, making it a home from a house. From just stones to making it a home. Everything is her.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically she did everything and Ramat, he's
I
living
live
in
here.
it.
That's
Still
it.
living
I
in
just
it.
live here.
Okay. How much rent are you paying for this?
120.
Okay. 1,20,000?
Yes.
Okay. And how long is your contractual deal here?
So we initially it was 2-year lease with 1-year lock-in, and we just renewed it last Diwali for 2 more years.
Isn't that too expensive?
Well, it is, but if I think about it, me and my wife, we had a long discussion on this, and we said this is our preference, this is our priority, this is where we want to spend. And not just the home, but once we step out of the home, once we are sitting on the window ledge, the surrounding, the ambience of the neighborhood. And as I said earlier, when we were in the living room, that when I come back from office, it feels like I'm coming home. I'm not going somewhere stressful. And that is very important for me because my working hours are very long. I'm not saying that I'm the only one who works long, but I have a different preference, and this was my preference to be in a nice, peaceful area.
Okay. So can we check out the area?
Please, let's
Okay,
do it.
let's do it. Okay, so this is the area you're telling me about. This
Yes.
is what really makes it worth living over here.
Yes, it does. It does. I think, look, if you look at it, greenery all around, right? And just on my left, there is that gym anti-gravity where lots of Bollywood celebrities come, like Janvi, Khushi, Ori, etc. Few
Ori.
other Ori as well. Yes. I'm not a big fan of Bollywood celebrities, but I do know because I live in this area, so I do see them because the paparazzis are always here. Where as soon as they find out if there is a celebrity here, they will be holed out in this alcove with the cameras and everything ready to take the pictures. We have some big celebrities in this neighborhood: Sanjay Dutt, Ranbir, Alia, Aamir, and few others. I've seen few like John and Janvi and Khushi, etc., but not a lot. But in any irrespective, I'm not a fan. So even if I see, I don't care. But my wife, Vaishali, she's a big fan, and if she sees it, then she will go and hang out at that spot for half an hour just to get a glimpse.
Has she seen quite a few of her favorite actors?
No, she has been dying to see Ranbir, and she has not been able to. She has seen Janvi and Khushi and them, but the ones that she wants to have a look at, nah. Unfortunately, she has not had good luck in that. That's what I love about this area.
What's the weakness about staying here? You said many good things: the peace, the greenery, the big size apartment. What's the weakness about being here?
The only weakness will be, I would say, the cost. That's the only weakness. The negative, not the weakness, the negative. Because this kind of area and neighborhood, I think it should be everywhere in the city so people can enjoy the greenery, the environment, the peacefulness. Considering that this is, because of the celebrities, it has become so expensive. So not many people can come and live here, and that's an unfortunate part. Though there are lots of redevelopments which will in the next 5 years, I think according to me, will take away the shine of Pali Hill, because now we will only see big buildings.
I can see quite a lot of action happen in front of us.
Yeah. I think behind us, just in front of me, that's the Dilip Kumar's land, which is now under construction. I think in the next 9 months or so, there'll be a 10-12 story building there. So it's going to get concretized completely, Pali Hill as well. Hopefully it doesn't lose.
They say one of the charms of Bandra are actually its cafes, eateries. Do you frequent that?
Yes. There are lots of cafes, lots of eateries. We have frequented quite a few, but there are so many that it becomes impossible to visit all of them.
What next for Amit? Do I see you make the migration from becoming an owner from a tenant? Do I see you being in Bombay going forward as well, or maybe the US and Canada part of you still wants to go back?
No, it's going to be India. We are going to settle down here. Whether it is Bombay down the road in future, no one knows. But India it is, not going back to the US. Becoming a homeowner in Bombay, in Pali Hill where I want to live, not possible because the prices are insane, and I would rather rent here than stay somewhere else under ownership.
So have you checked out some of the properties over here that are coming up for sale? A lot of redevelopment, a lot of new projects.
Not physically, but I've called them up, like Rustomji and Prestige. And the price for 3 BHK, I think they only have 3 BHKs and above, nothing below 3. So for the price for that was about 18 to 20 CR. So insane. Jokingly, like jokes apart, I told them like to block my number and never call me again, because that price is an insane price.
Okay. On that note, Ramit, thank you for coming on the Tenant from the US to India, and of course Bandra.
Right.
Good luck remaining a tenant, since it's pretty clear.
Thank you.
Ownership is out of the radar.
Thank you for having me.
Time for the report card. This is a 2 BHK of 990 square feet building, a standalone building without any amenities. Location, this is a very peaceful and green location, premium location of Mumbai. While it has proximity to major economic and commercial hubs, be it from restaurants to cafes to bars. Connectivity, this is a location that's not very public transport friendly in terms of road transport as well as rail transport. Car transport is preferred over here. All in all, if you're a person that has a handsome budget, wants to be in one of the most premium locations but wants a green and peaceful surrounding, this is a sort of location and home that can be considered.